A cord of three strands is not quickly broken. I believe King Solomon had also a different kind of adoption in mind when he said this, and we experienced that the more strands we had in our rope pulling us towards our future son, the better we could hold on to it and continue our journey.
I believe the seed of the adoption thought was planted by God in our hearts and watered by our understanding of His Word. But in our experience, growing this thought into a reality is a long and at times discouraging and frustrating journey. And it really helps if you have a support system around you, people that understand what you are going through and are ready to help you carry some of the load for some time. This episode is about them, the people that helped us through our adoption journey, but it is also about you. Maybe you have thought about adoption, but did not take any steps in that direction yet. And talking to our friends, as we started making these videos, we were really surprised how many told us they were also considering adoption.
The first person who introduced me to this adoption field was my friend Sarah Nicole Smith, and right from the beginning she was an inspiration for me because she was a single mother and she already adopted 2 kids, and she introduced me to the group that supported adoptive families, and I think she could be an inspiration for all of us, and we should try to reach out for people who are in need. And right now she adopted 5 more kids, so she has 7 kids under the age of 7, and she's a single mom, like I said. So I think we could all try to do something and help those who need help.
You can take an active part by supporting the people and organizations that have helped us and many others like us, not only complete our adoption journeys, but have also mentored and provided us with the tools to know how to deal with these special kids and their traumas. We will next show you some brief video presentations of the 3 organizations that have helped us the most: ARFO, To Be's Kids, and New Beginnings. If any of their messages resonates with you, we encourage you to donate and help them continue help others like us.
I'm Alex Ilie, and I'm Executive Director for Romania Without Orphans. 10 years ago, we found out that we might not have biological children, so when we met twins that have been told that they have 0 chances to be adopted, we knew that they are for us. It was amazing, both challenging and awesome, and that was the way we enter into this world, and we discovered so much. We found about 2 other kids that needed a family, so we started to pray that God will provide a family for them. And God provided a family for them, but not in a way we thought. He changed our hearts and showed us that actually there is more room in our home and house for 2 more kids. So we adopted them too. 5 years ago, we welcomed in our family for Christmas 3 siblings. 3 months ago, one of them remain with us for good, so Denisa is now part of our family. So this is our family now, 5 kids, Nati, myself, and a dog. We discovered that they have many trauma, and what was kind of sad for us is that we felt that we don't know how to help them. We were crying for help because around us we didn't know anyone who adopted. Well, in this process we met ARFO. I've been invited to speak at the first summit, and it was so amazing. I remember for the first time seeing hundreds of people with the same dream, same passion, same challenges, and it was so inspiring. There I saw like 7 big NGOs coming together and building together something that none of them can control, but something that will become a movement, a national movement. There were quite a number of things that attracted me to ARFO, to Romania Without Orphans, but one of them was collaboration. Together, we came up with a lot better solutions. Then there is this wonderful family that moved to our community, Ionel and Anca. They didn't even have a house at that time, but they moved to Pitești in a very old house, 36 square meters. They have one biological son, and they thought, how can we live Christianity that our son will see it, not hear it? So they adopted a girl who was, I think, 6 years old, and then they went further. They adopted Florinel, young boy who was 5 at that age. What's amazing how that gesture spoke to the people around us. We see a movement starting in our city. Little by little, they start to discover this part, because we didn't know about how much the adoption is part of the gospel. But when they moved to our community, we thought, oh, this is not only a ministry for them, it is for all of us. We thought about cleaning the place and renovating the house. Both of the churches start to raise money, and we raised enough money to renovate the house. And for a whole weekend, 50 people came there and worked together. It was awesome to see people from IT, people from different jobs, working there and blessing this family. And for me, this is ARFO. It means bringing people together because one or two children to have a family. Investing in this field needs a lot of work, needs a lot of expertise. Because it's such a complicated journey, I don't think it's a journey for one person. I think it's a journey that we should do it together, surrounded by the church, surrounded by people, and I really believe that journeying together is a solution for this.
Hi, I'm Liviu, and together with my wife Mirela, we started Swiss Kids Association back in 2015. Our journey, however, starts a few years before that. We never actually knew what was happening in the child protection system. In my mind, at least, the old orphanages and the lack of child care in Romania was something that was in the past and was solved and dealt with. I had no idea what the situation really was until my wife started to volunteer for a social apartment. During that time, we started to see what was happening behind the closed doors. And I'm not talking about abuse or anything, at least not in that apartment, but I'm talking about the need of children to having families. And one thing that shocked us was that everywhere we would go, regardless of the conditions they had in the residential system, they would just crawl over you and call you mother or father, or they would ask you, when can you take me home? And we realized that the strongest need they have is a family. So we started that journey. By now we have 2 adopted children, and we realized that there was no support whatsoever for families that were going through this process. So we started an association, an NGO, and we wanted it to be a platform that would help families grow and give competent care. During this time, we have seen real miracles. I mean, we have seen children with no chances of surviving. We have seen that when children are coming back to the environment that God has planned from the very beginning, they are flourishing, and their emotional, psychological, and spiritual needs are met. They really raise up, and it's really a joy to see them grow. We have started support groups in 2016, and by now we have about 80 parents, foster and adoptive, that are, let's say, part of our community. Since the pandemic started, we organized online support groups with virtual rooms for parents and virtual rooms for children. Our psychologist would be in one of the rooms with the children and then get back to the parents, give them some feedback and some guidance for the coming period. Besides offering support and offering information and counseling throughout the process of adoption or taking a child into foster care, we are also offering training in trauma-competent caregiving. By now we trained over 1,000 adoptive and foster parents, psychologists, social workers, volunteers in how to deal with children with a history of trauma. And what we are doing now is move those trainings online, so we are moving ahead even during these troubled times. We look forward to reopening the camps. We had a few camps we organized for adoptive and foster parents. Those camps were an opportunity to connect with the parents and children as well, train the parents and help them build up relationships that would be in a healing process for the children. You can find us online. Here is the link on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on YouTube, where we started a vlog. Here are the links below if you want to stay close.
I'm David Lee, President and Director at Uno Început here in Brașov, Romania. We do training and counseling, specializing in adoptive and foster families. Here in Uno Început, we handle all of the adoption training for Brașov County, and we also do continuing education with all of the foster moms. On top of that, probably our most important work is counseling after adoption. So if you or someone you know fosters or is an adoptive family and you would like some feedback, some counseling, some training, be in touch with us. Maybe we could speak on Zoom or some other way. So if you were to come to our headquarters here in Brașov, Romania, you could come with your child to have counseling here in this room. We have play therapy, speech therapy, and also therapy through storytelling, sensory as well. We also have a large camp every year for adopted families. Normally around 30 or 40 families come with children that are adopted from around Romania. So if you are a Romanian speaker, you could come to that camp here in the center of the country, up in the mountains in Brașov. Essentially, we have sand and other forms of therapy. So we look forward to meeting you at Uno Început. Be in touch if we could be of any help to you or your family.
If you are a person in the adoption process or thinking very seriously about it, we hope that these presentations will provide you with the right people to support you in your journey. And if you are an adoption supporter, we hope these organizations will make it on your list for the next donations. We have put all the links to the donation pages in the description below.
In our next episode, we want to talk about preparing Elsa, our biological daughter, for adopting a sibling. Thanks for watching and see you soon! We would be really happy to hear from you, so please leave us a comment in the comment section below and see you next time!